According to Time Out, Norwegian Wood by Murakami is evocative, entertaining, sexy, and funny, and then Murakami is one of the best writers around. Hi everyone, I'm Mehdi, and I'm here to talk about Haruki Murakami. And to be really honest, I'm very excited to share my thoughts on Murakami books because yay, I'm Murakami fan. And Murakami is my favorite author, and not only me, I think he's everyone's favorite. Okay, everyone knows about him, and his works are so popular across the world. And if you don't know about him, then it's okay. Why I'm saying this? Because मैंने खुद experience किया है. And first of all, he's popular. Okay, he's popular. We all know. Secondly, last month, like in my Instagram account, Book Junk World. By the way, do follow my Instagram account, Book Junk World. So in my Instagram account, I have posted a picture of all the books which I have read by Murakami. Okay, and believe me, after that post, I've got so many comments and personal messages across from the people across the world. Okay, not only the friends or the people whom I know from India, from out of India, asking me for the recommendation, sharing their thoughts like this. I love this book. This is my favorite book. Which is your favorite book? Have you read all of his works? And wow, you have read 10 books by him. So this kind of thoughts. Like after that post, I realized that how popular Murakami actually is. That's why I thought to make a video on the popular books which I've read by Murakami, and I was planning this video for a long time, and finally in today's video I'm going to talk about books which I've read by Murakami. Yes. All total, Murakami wrote around some 16 to 17 books, around which I have read these 10 books. These are the most popular books, and still I have some 7 to 8 books to read. So for those who don't know who Murakami is a Japanese author, and he only writes in Japanese, okay? And his work has been translated into 49 other languages, including English. He was born in 1949 Kyoto, Japan, and after he grew up, he moved to Tokyo. And after college, he opened a jazz bar. Okay, so interesting, jazz bar. And along with his wife, he ran for 7 years. Like he ran that jazz bar for 7 years. And why I'm sharing these things to you? Because you will find references of jazz music. Okay, like mostly in his every book, you will find the references of jazz music. Murakami loves jazz music. He loves music, especially jazz music, and he talks about music a lot in his every work. He loved cats. You will find the reference of cat in every, like most of his works, and mostly his works set in either Tokyo or Kyoto, basically in Japan. So his first work was Hear Wing Sing. Am I right? Yeah, Hear the Wing Sing, including two other sequences called Pinball and Wild Ship Chase. Together, these three books are called Red Trilogy, which is really popular. Okay, I haven't read that one, sadly, but I wanted to read that. That was quite expensive. Like the trilogy of Red Trilogy is so famous, and it was his initial work. Murakami is extremely famous for his writing style. Okay, and his bizarre themes. His themes are mostly weird, mostly surreal, bizarre, strange. He writes Picarics and magic realism, surrealism, and everything which you may or may not expect. Okay, everything is possible in Murakami's world. Here are certain things that you need to know about his work. First thing is Murakami's weird world. Okay, one of the most amazing thing about Murakami's book is the setting of his world. It's strangely beautiful, I'm telling you. You know, it's kind of surreal. You'll find that absurdic feeling while you're reading that particular book. Murakami's world is mostly parallel. It's between reality and the world of imagination, the magic realism. It's between that. Okay, it's quite strange. It's surreal. You will find that absurdic feeling while you are reading that book. You will feel that world, and it's not like just because it's surreal, just because it's weird, you will not find that. Actually, that is the main part about Murakami book. You will find the world so fascinating. Yeah, it's weird, it's strange, but at the same time, it's so fascinating. The second factor you need to know about Murakami book is individualism and solitariness. Like almost in every book you will find a kind of character, the main character, the main protagonist, leads a very lonely and a very alienated life. Okay, he mostly, the character mostly likes to be alone. He mostly like to read books, mostly like to listen jazz music. He's weird. Okay, he's weird, and we will find that sense of individualism and sense of solitariness. By the way, it's not like just because he leads an individual life or he leads a very lonely life, he's introvert. No, not, that's not like that. Sometimes people love to be alone. They enjoy their own company, and that's really important, and somehow you'll find that factor in the Murakami book. Another important fact about Murakami book is magic realism. Use of magical realism is so amazing in Murakami book that you will fall in love with that. Okay, so in Murakami book everything is possible. You need to be ready for everything. In Murakami book, fish fall from the sky. In Murakami book, people talk to cats. In Murakami book, painting comes alive. So everything is possible. You need to be like ready in Murakami book. The last thing about Murakami is that Murakami doesn't give answers. Okay, his books are mostly open-ended. At the end of the book or in between, you will find so many questions. Like you will have so many questions, a kind of curiosity to know certain things which are unanswered, which are not answered by Murakami. Actually, he wants his readers to, present their own interpretations. Okay, that's the best thing about Murakami. And yeah, he doesn't give answers. So finally, I have to talk about the basic things about Murakami that you need to know before reading his books. So without any delay, let's just talk about his works. The first book which I'm going to share is one of the most famous book by Haruki Murakami is Norwegian Wood, published in 1987. By the way, I have already talked about this book in my previous video. If you haven't watched that video, please do give it a watch. So Google rating of this book is 4.5 stars and Amazon rating is 4.6 stars. I would give this 5 out of 5 stars. This book is a perfect starting to read Murakami. Okay, if you are planning to start Murakami, like reading Murakami, then start with this because this book is quite simple to understand his work. When it comes to the plot, this book sets in 1960 Tokyo, follows the story of our protagonist Toru Watabe, who is a college student and who is so depressed because after the death of his best friend Kijuki, and we find that how he falls in love with his best friend's girlfriend Naoko, and later in the book we find how he developed a relationship with another woman called Midori. Okay, so this is a basic plot about the book, like how he chooses between his past and present. Okay, that's all about that. And there's a lots of sex in this book, and which is quite cute by the way. And we will find a kind of romance which is nostalgic and melancholy at the same time. We will find the references of Great Gatsby in this book so many times, and the character in this book is the person who loves reading, who love listening songs, who love individualism, but basically the man who is kind of who loves solitariness. The entire book is filled with the sense of nostalgia and melancholy. Okay, this is a kind of book that you need to feel more, and there are less number of the dialogues. You will find the two lovers, Naoko and Toru Watabe, holding their hands, roaming around the city of Tokyo. It's so beautiful that you need to feel that. Okay, and Murakami has the tendency to feel the environment, the feelings of the character. Okay, and most people say that this is a kind of novel which makes you feel depressed. It's not like that. Like those, I'm sure that most of us love solitariness. Most of us love the sense of individuality. Okay, sometimes we need our own company. So this is a kind of book which makes you feel like how important the individualism is, how important to enjoy your own company sometimes. The second book which I'm going to share is Wind Up Bird Chronicle, published in 1995. And the Google rating of this book is 4.5 stars. Amazon rating is also 4.5 stars. And this is my third favorite Murakami book. Why this is third favorite? I'm going to share you. First of all, it's a huge book. Okay, it's a huge book, like 612 pages long, I guess. Yeah, 612 pages long. And it took me 12 or 13 days to complete the whole book. Okay. So the story is told by the perspective of Toru Okada. Yes, Toru Okada, a jobless fellow who lived with his wife, and suddenly one day his cat disappeared. And again, so like after some day, his wife also disappeared. And after that incident, he came across so many like weird incidents. Okay, he came across so many weird phone calls, he came across so many weird incidents, characters, their weird stories, at the same time amazing. And again, a very important thing about this book is there are so many stories in this book. Okay, you will find so many characters and they are amazing stories, and how these characters and these stories are somehow connected with his wife and his own life. Okay, that's the main part about this book. Like while reading the whole book, you will certainly have so many questions unanswered. Like you will have that sense of curiosity, and you will enjoy that. I personally enjoy that. Sometimes ऐसा होता है कि you will have so many questions unanswered. You have the sense of curiosity कि क्या होगा, ये क्यों हुआ. But you enjoy that. You enjoy the sense of doubt. Okay, so the amazing part about this book is while like after his wife disappeared or cat disappeared, he started chasing. Okay, so while chasing he came across so many characters, and हर कैरेक्टर उसको एक कहानी सुनाता है. Character I forgot the name. Okay, Japanese names are so weird. So yeah, there's a character called Kreta Kano. She's a prostitute, and she hates having sex with like with different person. Why? Because like first of all she want to have sex, but like while having sex, she suffers from a horrible pain. But उसके बाद भी वो करती है. I don't know why. Then then there's a man called Lieutenant Mania, a lieutenant. Okay, and he shares a story like with Okada, like we are Toru Okada, our protagonist. He shares about his experiences while he fought for he fought a war with Russian troops. Okay, and there he talked about the horrible experiences of war with Russian troops. So along with the amazing stories, you will also find the concept of well, which is so famous in Murakami's world. Okay, like in every like most of his book which I have read, you will find the concept of a well, a dry, deep well, and its deep meaning. Okay, deep well, deep meaning. And why it's my favorite, because while reading the book you will actually feel a kind of journey along with characters and along with their amazing stories. So yeah, that's why I would like to give this book 5 out of 5 stars, and this is one of my favorite, and I'm sure that you will certainly love this one. Third book is Spartan Sweetheart, published in 1999. This is also one of the most famous book of Murakami, with a Google rating of 4.5 stars and Amazon rating again 4.5 stars. So, Sputnik Sweetheart is about Samaya, who is in love with a woman 17 years older than her, like senior. It's a lesbian love, and 17 years older woman Miu, who is a glamorous and successful woman, and Samaya is an aspiring writer who is no, who loves to spend hours talking to his best friend Kay. And they mostly they talk about some really serious topics like what is life, what is sexual desire, and should she confess her love to Miu or not. So yeah, this how the story progress. And then you will find some unimaginable possibilities. Obviously you are reading a Murakami book, you need to prepare for such obvious unusual possibilities. Okay, so then after some time you will find that the main character Samaya disappear one day, like it's more mysteriously. So this is all the story is all about. Don't worry, I'm not going to give you a spoiler. And when it comes to the book, I didn't enjoy that much as I enjoyed his other books like Kafka on the Shore, One Abroad Chronicle. I didn't enjoy this book because this book somehow lacks that his style, his magical, his surreal and bizarre style, which is not there in this book. But again, this is Murakami book. I enjoyed this one. As a fan, I love this one. And this is quite easy. Like if you want to start Murakami, then this is really good. Okay, if you are planning to start Murakami, then this and Norwegian Wood is so amazing to start. Otherwise, it's a great book. Like it's a fine book. Yeah, as I said that if you want to start this, if you want to start Murakami, then the Spartan Sweetheart is really perfect to start with. And I would give this 4 stars. The next book which I'm going to share is South of the Border, West of the Sun, published in 2000. And the Google rating of this book is 4.5 stars, and Amazon is also 4.5 stars. This book is thin, like you can complete this book in one sit, and this book revolves around Hazimi and his life, and the conflict which he faced during his childhood, then how he befriended with Shimamoto, all right, yeah, Shimamoto, and how they like spend time together, how they love their like each other's company, and how they are connected to each other. Okay, then after some time, Shimamoto changes her school, and how they are drifted apart, and again some like after some years they again meet each other, but now they are married. So Hajime faced a lot of difficulties, okay, during this whole period of time. So yeah, this is all about the book, the basic plot. And apart from the basic story, you will find that the whole book is so metaphorical, especially the title. South of the border signifies the Mexican city, which signifies a sense of joy and love. And second, west of the sun signifies the Siberian places, okay, where farmers walk day and night, like day after day, night after night, years and years, they're just working and working. And after working their whole life, we find that somehow something inside them dies, okay. So somehow we can relate with that. We are also like those west of the sun people, those who are working and working and don't know like why we are working. So this is something so relatable, and also as I said, it's just kind of metaphorical. And I find this book open-ended, like there are so many interpretations like you can make by yourself, and at the end you will find the actual meaning of this book. Next book which I'm going to share is Kafka on the Shore, published in 2002. This is one of the most popular book of Murakami, with Google rating of 4.6 stars and Amazon rating 4.5 stars. I would give this 5 out of 5 stars because this is amazing. This is amazing book. You will find everything in this book. Like whatever I have talked about Murakami, like he uses surrealism, bizarre, pictorics. Everything is there in this book. Everything is there in this book. Murakami को जानना है तो this is the must read. This is quite complex, by the way. This is not for the beginners, those who want to read Murakami. Don't start with this, okay? So I have already talked about this book in my previous video. I'll share the link. You can check it out in that video. So I'll not talk about this book in detail, but yeah, this book is about Kafka Tamura, a 15-year-old boy, and again one more character called Nakada, okay, who can talk to cats. So both of their lives go parallel in this story, and at the end, क्या होता है? You need to read this book. Just remember that this is one of the most famous book of Murakami, and if you want to know about him, then you must read this book. Yes, this is my favorite, and it's 612 pages long, okay, like same with Wonderpark Chronicle. So the next book which I'm going to share is After Dark, published in 2004, and this is one of the most bizarre and most popular book of Murakami, with the Google rating of 4.5 stars and Amazon rating 4.5 stars, and I would give this 5 out of 5 stars because this is one of the most. Now, initially, I was not expecting so much from this book. Okay, when I was starting reading this book, I was like, okay, पढ़ लेंगे क्या है? Murakami का book. I had to read all of his work. I was so enthusiastic to read all of his works. So I was not expecting from this book. But जब मैंने इसको खत्म किया, oh my God, this is one of the most bizarre, most strange, most weird, most amazing, and क्या बोले. So this book set in one single night, okay, and that's the best part. I love this kind of concept where stories were set in one single day, one single night, one single hour. This entire book revolves around two teenage girls, a teen boy, a lady manager of a particular hotel, a confusing narrator, then a walking man. The entire novel and the characters were revolves around a single night. Could their destinies be crossed in one single night? No, is the night as beautiful as we think, or the night is actually a trick of a witch? So there are so many unnatural events were occurring in this book. Okay, at the same time, the nighttime Tokyo is beautifully captured by the writers. Um, Camera eye. Okay, he captured each and every event so beautifully with his camera eye that you will fall in love with that. And this is quite not quite, but it's just scary at the same time. Thriller भर भर के भरा हुआ है, and there are so many bizarre things you can't even imagine that how bizarre and how beautiful this book is. So yeah, if you want to explore the real Murakami, which I have said in my like earlier part of the video, so do read this book. I mean, this is a short book, it's just one 200 pages long, so you will love this book. The next book which I'm going to share is Men Without Women. This was gifted by one of my Chashmish friend. Thank you, Devi ji. So it's a collection of seven surreal short stories, and in this book, Murakami is actually focusing on man. He meditated on masculine loneliness. Okay, and the special part about this book is that each story ends with a comma, not a full stop. And this book, like the story, this in the stories of this book doesn't have a definite end or a definite beginning. Okay, it can start anywhere or end anywhere. Each story of this book talks about a man who deeply falls in love with a woman but cannot cannot hold the relationship, and you will find a sense of regret in them. So yeah, it's a unique book. Okay, I didn't enjoy it that much, but you will find this book a unique piece of art. ये बहुत different kind of work है. You will enjoy it. Like, if you're a Murakami fan, then definitely go for this. The next book which I'm going to share is Blind Willow Sleeping Women, published in 2007. It is also very popular. It's a collection of short stories, 24 short stories with a psychological theme, okay? And it's a really popular book with a Google rating of 4.5 stars, Amazon 4.5 stars. It was gifted by one of my friend again. Thank you, Hazarika. I totally enjoyed this book. 24 short stories are really amazing and bizarre. All these stories doesn't have a definite end. As I said, Murakami always left a question for his readers. Okay, you need to have your own interpretation at the end of the story. So yeah, you will totally enjoy this, I'm sure. So if you are a short story lover, so this is only for you. The second last book which I'm going to share is 1Q84. It's a complete trilogy published in 2009. It is known as Murakami's masterpiece, and it's a huge book, around 1300 pages long. 1318 pages long, जो मैंने complete नहीं किया है. I'm still in the first part. So 1Q84 refers to 1984, but in Japanese, letter 9 somehow have similar pronunciation with the letter Q, so that's why 1Q84. And also somehow it signifies the question, key for question. The whole book is about two characters called Tango and Omame. Am I right? Yeah, Tango and Omame. And they both of them are doing something really dangerous unknowingly and mysteriously. And Tango is writing a novel, I guess. Yeah, writing a novel with a character called Foucault. Yeah, yeah. Writing a novel with a character called Foucault. And Omame is doing something really dangerous, which I'm not going to share with you, obviously. So both of them have to accomplish their task in time, and both of them have to meet each other again, and they have to go back to their real world. Okay, a lot of people say that 1Q84 by Murakami is a dystopian novel, but I don't think so. Like, जितना मैंने पढ़ा है, I didn't find it, like, it's sort of different from George Orwell's 1984. But like, let me just complete it, then I can say that yeah, it's either the dystopian novel or not. Last but not the least, Killing Commentator, published in 2018. Again, the most famous book by Murakami, and with a Google rating of 4.5 stars and Amazon 4.6 stars. So I have recently completed this book. It took me 15 days to complete the whole book. So let's just talk about its edition, the horrible edition. I got this book from a random Instagram account for 200 rupees. अगर मैं Amazon से लेता है, it cost me some 600 to 700 rupees. Okay, but yeah, I was expecting some a good edition, but I got this. Yeah, अगर हम इस edition की बात ना करें, if you talk about the story, Killing Commentator is just a wow book. The whole book is about an unnamed narrator who is a portrait artist who is recently gets separated from his wife, and after aimlessly drifting for weeks, He finally settled in his friend Tomohiko's house on the top of a mountain, completely alone. There in the house of a mountain, like in top of a mountain, he leads a completely lonely life. Like he earns through doing portraits. He had some unusual sex with different women's. Then one day he discovered a painting called Killing Commentator. After the discovery of that mysterious painting, our protagonist's life turns upside down. He came across so many weird things, okay, with weird incidents, events, and you'll find faceless man, cats, dried well, as I have said earlier, that the concept of well. You'll find the ringing of bell at the middle of the night, and there's so many things, okay, weird sex and whatnot. So the narration of this book is amazing. It's quite complex, but you will find it interesting if you get into this book. Murakami left so many dots to be connected with the reader's imagination. He left so many questions again unanswered. You have to find, like, by your own interpretation. So yeah, you must read this book. This will definitely change your life in different ways. Yeah. So yeah, that's all for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed the video. I hope that it was helpful. I hope that I was able to convey my thoughts, convey my feelings for Murakami, his books and his stories, his themes, his surreal style. And these are the books which I am talking about, and there are so many books left to read. And so those who want to read Murakami, you can read these books. They're amazing. They are amazing in plot, amazing in their themes. So yeah, you must read Murakami. And yeah, if you like the video, please give a thumbs up. Comment me in the comment section below. Like, share your thoughts on Murakami books, which is your favorite, which is like currently which book you are reading, and which you are planning to read. And share with your friends, those who are Murakami fans, those who love Murakami, those who are readers. And also subscribe to my channel.